My name is Div Mansali. Joining me today is Dave Manell. We're both with AccountantsWorld, and our presentation today is 3 ways to boost your bottom line using the cloud. As I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, but I'll repeat for those of you who just came in, if you haven't had a chance to download our slide deck that we'll be going through today, and if you'd like to do so, simply click on the Handouts tab on the GoToWebinar control panel, and you'll see a PDF there that you can go ahead and download to follow along with us. Also, if you are experiencing any audio problems or would like to switch your audio, you can go to the Audio tab, and you'll see options for listening via computer audio or via phone call. If you select phone call, you'll see the dial-in information right below there. So here's a brief background of the 2 folks who are going to be presenting today. So I'm the Vice President of Marketing at AccountantsWorld, the pioneer in cloud solutions for accountants, and we'll be talking a little bit about what AccountantsWorld does in just a couple of minutes here. And joining us is Dave Manell, Director of Product Development at AccountantsWorld, has over 25 years of experience in developing software solutions for accountants. So I want to thank you for joining us today, and I hope you find this beneficial for you and your firm as we go through this. So I'd like to start by talking a little bit about why AccountantsWorld was founded. AccountantsWorld has been around for about 15 years, and the 2 founders, Chandra and Sharda Bansali, started AccountantsWorld with a single focus, which was to use the cloud to help accountants revamp their practices and better serve their clients. And AccountantsWorld is a recognized pioneer in cloud computing for accountants, and we've been able to accomplish what other companies with significantly more resources than us couldn't. We created the first payroll system for accountants, we created the first cloud-based professional accounting system, and eventually we've created the first fully integrated suite of 7 cloud solutions that include almost everything that you need for revamping your practice. So that fully integrated suite covers write-up, trial balance, bookkeeping, payroll processing, document management, client portals, practice management, after-the-fact payroll, website creation, and more. The other thing I would mention is that AccountantsWorld differentiates itself by making an uncompromising commitment to you, the accountant. We never sell any products or services directly to your clients. We only sell via accountants. And so that means that we thrive by first helping you to thrive. And so everything that you're going to see today is what we've put forth and that has been tested by thousands of accountants across the country and proven successful. And our focus is on helping you first and foremost, and then finding ways for you to be able to better serve both yourself and your clients as well. AccountantsWorld has been able to put forth exceptional cloud-based solutions. Our 2 flagship products are Accounting Power, our professional accounting system, which includes write-up, trial balance, financial statements, and bookkeeping, and then Payroll Relief for live payroll processing for your small business clients. Both of those solutions have been recipients of the CPA Technology Innovation Award, and both have received the highest 5-star rating from CPA Practice Advisor. Here's a list of some of the firms that partner with us around the country, including many of the top 100 firms such as RSM, McLattery, CLA, and HBK. Many firms are using Payroll Relief to process anywhere from 50,000 to 100,000 checks a year, bringing in bringing in $250,000 to $500,000 in revenue, and often with 40 to 60% margin on that revenue. This year, AccountantsWorld will be processing over $4 billion in payroll transactions. So the point here is whether you're a 1-person firm or a member of a top 100 firm, we offer the robust solutions and the affordability that you need to help your practice thrive. What you can expect to learn in today's presentation, 2 things primarily. You're going to learn 3 ways to boost your bottom line, and most of these can be accomplished without adding any clients or staff. We're looking to help you increase the profitability of the services you currently offer, be able to offer new services that were previously hard to offer or simply not very profitable, and add more value to the businesses of your existing clients. What we're going to show you is how an increase in productivity using smart cloud-based tools can allow your staff to perform additional services, the staff that you currently have, rather than needing to hire new staff. In the process of doing this, we're also going to show you how you can raise your relevance and strengthen your existing client relationships. So we want to set a reasonable expectation in terms of what you're going to be able to accomplish and also what you need in order to succeed with what we're going to present today. So the first thing I'll mention is obviously you're here because you want to do what's good for you and for your clients. In the course of working closely with accountants for the past 15 plus years, we here at AccountantsWorld have uncovered one really important fact, which is that the fear of change can often stop accountants from doing what they know they should be doing. So we feel it's imperative that you understand that to take advantage of the techniques and tools that you're about to learn, you have what it takes to break the status quo, and that you are willing to go ahead and take those important, courageous steps. The other thing I'll mention is that we would suggest that you need at least 30 accounting clients. The reason for this is pretty simple. Tax is a shrinking business. Everybody knows that there isn't very much growth left in tax at this point, if there's any at all. But the cloud is creating tremendous new opportunities in accounting. And so that's why unless you currently service or can soon service 30 or more accounting clients, you're probably not going to be able to realize a significant increase in your profits based on the tools and techniques that we're going to be presenting here today. So that's it. If you have those two things, we believe you're going to bring to the table everything that you need, and now we can show you what we can bring to the table to help you. So here are the solutions that we're going to be talking about. In order to achieve the ambitious goals that we've laid out, you're going to need professional tools that are created specifically for accountants. That's a really important point. We're not talking about solutions that are created primarily for small businesses, which many of you know are very popular out there. Those don't contain the sophistication or opportunities for collaboration that tools created specifically for clients, or excuse me, created specifically for the needs of accountants can offer. Only AccountantsWorld is able to give you the most effective tools to boost your bottom line. No one else has made that commitment, and certainly not for the period of time that we have. So let's take a look at the tools that we're going to be talking about. The 6 up at the top are all included in what we call the Power Practice System bundle. And that bundle includes Accounting Power. Accounting Power is our award-winning solution for professional accounting. As I mentioned before, that includes write-up, trial balance, financial statements, and comprehensive bookkeeping for both you and your clients. Website Relief, a website builder application, so you can either build a brand new website for your firm if you've never had one before, or if you do have one, build one that's more responsive, especially for your existing clients. Cloud Cabinet, document management system, and along with the Power Practice System, you also get client portals to be able to communicate electronically and securely with your clients and share files with your clients. Practice Relief, a comprehensive practice management module, including time and billing and much more. An after-the-fact payroll module. And finally, directory listings to allow you to be listed online so that your firm can be found easily by clients who are looking on Google, Bing, or other major search engines. Another application which is not a part of the Power Practice System, but a very popular award-winning application for us, is Payroll Relief. And Payroll Relief offers live payroll processing for accountants. The differentiating factor for Payroll Relief is that we provide virtually complete automation of all payroll processing tasks so that you can make 40 to 60% profit on your payroll processing services. Whether you're currently offering live payroll or not, Payroll Relief can help you to easily make a great deal of money from payroll. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Dave Manell to walk you through how our solutions and tools can help you to achieve the goals we discussed earlier.
Okay, this is Dave Manal, and let me get started with my portion of the presentation. The first point is your clients and you always access the program through your website. Now, nothing's on your PC. Everything is on the highly secured Amazon web servers. You, your staff, and your clients will access the applications right through this website. We offer you the website, as Divya pointed out. And if you already have a website that you're using somewhere else that you want to keep, we can help set you up so that the login and everything can be done directly from here. And this is just an example of where you would be doing it. It's more than just a website, though. This is your online office. And as times go on now, online offices are becoming maybe even more important than your physical office. So after you log in, you'll come directly to the main portal page. The main portal page is different for each person who comes into it. The products you're going to see here will be dependent upon what the people are allowed to use. When your clients log in, it'll be dependent upon what rights you have given them and which products you've given them the ability to use. Cloud Cabinet, as Divya pointed out, this is a cloud-based portal and document storage. It's fully integrated with accounting relief, payroll relief, and other features that other things that we offer. I'm not really going into the details now, but it's as simple as closing a period or running a payroll, and automatically the stuff will be stored in the Cloud Cabinet where your clients can get it or where you can also go back and get it at any time. So the first thing is I'm going to be showing Accounting Power. Now, Accounting Power is really like two separate packages in one. It's a professional system and a bookkeeping module. And in the bookkeeping module, we have all the things that you're used to, say in like a QuickBooks or something like that. There's banking, there's invoicing, expensing. It's pretty comprehensive also. We have job costing and inventory, and we can do consolidations and things of that nature too. You also have the professional system. This is for when you're doing work after the bookkeeping portion is done. This will include write-up, trial balance, complete financial statements. We have alerts, client management, and many other things built into it. So when you come in or when your client comes into Accounting Power, you'll come into the main screen. As you'll see, it's a very comprehensive program, as I mentioned before. We have job costing, we have inventory, we have consolidations, we have a lot of financials, reports also, and a lot of resources in order to help with your practice. One thing to point out, every time your client logs in, they're going to see your logo. It's branded to you, so that keeps you in the forefront of their mind. Every time they're using the package, they come through your website and they see your branding. So first, I'm just going to go a little bit into like traditional practices that people can offer. This is our traditional write-up screen. It's made for good, quick, easy, heads down write-up work, which is what you really need when you're doing write-up. As soon as you enter a date, the next check will default to that date. The check number will automatically increase. As soon as you pull up a vendor or a payee, it'll automatically come up with the proper expense account. And over here we will have hash totals for you to make sure that you've entered everything correctly. So it'll show this is a total that's been entered, and that's how many transactions. So it's a very good traditional write-up package. But as I'm going to show later, there's ways to really make it better than that. Our trial balance, it looks just like a trial balance that you as an accountant are used to seeing. You can see the beginning balance, you see all the transactions, you'll see an unadjusted balance, adjustments, you can include tick marks and notes, you can customize how it appears to you, and you have the ability to drill down to everything to see where the numbers have come from. The financial statements that we offer is a complete set of financial statements. They're professional out of the box. There's also a lot of ability to change and customize them according to your needs. I mean, we're not really going into that in here, but it's both excellent out of the box and it can be customized in many different ways. When you do it, you have a balance sheet, an income statement, cash flow, you can have retained earnings, partners capital, cover sheet, a table of contents, accountant's report, which all the letters are SARS 21 compliant, and you can include footnotes. And all these can be done in one quick pass when you go to print out the financials. Payroll Relief is the first ever industrial strength cloud-based payroll processing center created exclusively for accountants. It eliminates compliance headaches. It's very automated, very little that you have to do aside from actually doing the payroll itself. And there's a lot of things involved that can eliminate data entry and check printing when you're doing the payrolls. You have the ability to do batch processing. Say it's the end of the year and you want to get W-2s out for 20 different clients, you can do them all in one quick batch. So this turns payroll processing into a highly profitable, no-hassle service. And I'm going to go a little bit more into Payroll Relief later. This is the snapshot from within Payroll Relief. And our snapshots are a place where an accountant can manage his practice. This is the Payroll Snapshot. We also have an Accounting Power Snapshot. And you see all of your clients in one location. So you can see all of your clients at one spot. You can see, in this particular case, when the next pay date is done, when the processing date should be, what your next tax due dates. You can see if you were past due on any taxes. You get a little bit of information about all of your clients in one convenient location for managing. This is the payroll entry screen. And as I said before about eliminating a lot of data entry, this screen, once this is set up, you can send out this to your clients in an Excel worksheet. They can then fill out what the hours were for this particular pay period, send it back to you. You can upload it directly back into the program, and then it's ready to go without you having to do any entry work at all. So Payroll Relief has complete automation. It does complete payroll computations for the federal, all 50 states and localities. You can have direct deposit of employee and contractor paychecks. Once a payroll is done and you've been set up with the 8655 and everything else, all the electronic filing of quarterly, yearly, federal, and state tax forms are done automatically. You don't really have to do anything to get them done. The payments of the federal and state taxes are done automatically. The complete year-end processing is done, W-2s, W-3s, and 1099s. And also, just as an aside, when you're in Accounting Power, we also do 1099s for you there. There's a lot of comprehensive reports, typical payroll registers and those things, and a lot of other reports that are important to a payroll business, dealing with 401k maybe, or deductions, or workman's compensation reports and things of that nature. So the first way that we offer, or that we're trying to show you to make more money, is to offer the current services that you do, but to offer them and to do them more efficiently. This makes those services more profitable, and it gives your staff the time to deliver additional services. So the first thing is just by using a professional write-up system saves you time, because it's a system that's actually made for an accountant. It's made for doing the trial balance work. It's made for getting good financials out without a lot of extra work. And the second thing that I would mention here is to use bank feeds to download bank and credit card transactions. So in order to do bank feeds, and what bank feeds are is where you go out to a bank. Once it's been set up, the system will go to a bank and bring all of the transactions into the program. And right now I'm showing it for the purpose of doing write-up work. It can also be done for when you have clients who actually have been using checks and things like that in the system in order to help you with bank recs and things of that nature. But this is for write-up that I'm showing. So first you come into the e-bank statement screen. You simply enter the period that you want to import for. You would then click on the bank feed button, and we'll bring in all the transactions that are in the bank for that period. And all the transactions are matched to existing vendors. So if we notice here, it found that there were 32 new transactions. There were some vendors that didn't match. So if there's ever a new vendor, such as Home Depot in this case, you can either set it up with an existing vendor, because sometimes the names are a little different in the bank statements than that they are entered in the program as the vendors, or you could add a new vendor if it was one that had never been done before. And the more you do it, the more these vendors that are in there and the more default accounts are set up, the less and less work you have to do each additional period that you're doing a write-up. So once that's done, the next step is to go right to the transaction entry screen, the same one that I showed before for traditional write-up, except here all the transactions will be here for you. And they're already coded and they're ready for review. So when network management imported, we knew that that was marketing, so it already says marketing. It has the amount there for you and everything else. If you needed to edit one for some reason, you just click on it. It'll bring it over here and you can edit it and do whatever work you needed to do on it. So what are the advantages of bank feeds? I mean, of course, they're kind of obvious. I'm going to go through them, though. First of all, they dramatically reduce data entry time. I'm not the fastest at doing write-up work, but I have done a good amount of write-up work in my day. And some bookkeepers I know, they're very fast. I've seen people that it's amazing how fast they are. But no matter how fast you can enter the data, you can't do it as fast as pulling in 100 transactions in a few seconds. It'll reduce errors. Once again, I'm not the fastest, and also if I enter 50 transactions, there's a good chance I've entered something incorrect. And there's two problems there. First of all, you have to correct it, and second of all, tracking down where you've made the error. So there'll be no transcription errors like that when you're using the bank feeds. You save time and aggravation getting data from your clients. Some clients, they're very good. They give you their information on a very timely basis. Other clients, you know that you can call them over and over again and ask them to get the stuff to you, and you just have a lot of trouble getting it from them. It's like pulling teeth. Once you've set up the bank feed with the client, you don't have to bother the client anymore to get the information. You just go into the system, it goes out to the bank, and it pulls the transactions in for you. And then while it's pulling the transactions in, you're never really in their bank information, so you don't have to have any liability or anything like that, because you're not actually touching their transactions in their bank or anything. This makes it very easy to give real-time advice to clients. Since now once you're set up, you can go and every month, if you wished, you can go in and import the bank feed information. It takes very little work, and at any time you have up-to-the-date financial information for your clients. Right now with some clients, probably if you're doing write-up work, you may do the write-up work in February of the year after the year is done. You're getting ready for the tax return. So a lot of information you're giving to the clients could be stale, could be 10 months later. This gives you the ability that as you see things happening in their financials, that you can alert them to things right then and there. It can speed up the bank reconciliations. That's more for the ones that aren't write-up. It'll bring in and it'll mark all checks that have been written as checks that have cleared, but it'll speed up the bank reconciliations. And it reduces the tax season crunch time and all that stress involved in tax season. Because now, since you're able to be doing work as the year goes around, you don't have a lot of write-up work that you're doing in January, February, right at the same time that tax season is starting to really go into full mode. Another way that you can offer the services that you have now, but more efficiently, is to minimize clients' bookkeeping errors. Perhaps the biggest drain of time in accounting practices today is correcting client errors. And when you use a professional accounting system like this, you can limit access to the functions that your clients can easily perform and to keep them out of areas that they shouldn't be in. The way we do it in our system is with the collaboration of accountant-assigned permissions. So you can, depending upon the needs and capabilities of your clients, you can set it up what they're allowed to do in the system. Maybe you have a client and all they're going to do is just write a few checks. So you can set it up that they can write checks and cash receipts. You have maybe somebody else who's a little bit more, they can make invoices, they can make the payments, enter bills, pay bills, and you also have the ability for those full charge people to give complete accountant permissions, except for a couple that are reserved, such as they can't print out a financial statement with a letter from you or things like that to keep your liability there away. So this can really cut down on errors. Clients can't go into places and do things they shouldn't be doing. They can't set up, like in the chart of account, and make up an account that really doesn't make any sense, and later you got to figure out what it is. Or if you want to keep them out of entering products or customizing invoices because they don't really know what they're doing, you can keep the problems from going there. Or maybe no bank recs because you want to be doing it to make sure everything's up to date. Anyway, you can really customize what you want, cut down on a lot of errors. Okay, the second thing you can do is to offer new services. Now, if you are offering any of these things to your clients, hopefully you're going to learn ways to make them more profitable by what I'm going to show you now. First, it's easy to offer end-to-end client accounting services. These are some of the following functions that can be performed right from your office faster than ever. You can pay bills for your clients, you can record payments received, you can do trial balance work, fully customized financial statements, you can do budgeting, you can easily monitor cash flows, and you can be a virtual CFO, watching KPIs and offering real-time business advice. So the first thing is, clients usually don't want the hassle of doing bookkeeping. I mean, very few small businesses really want to be doing accounting. So then why do they do it? Probably because they don't know that they have an opportunity to have it done for them at a reasonable price, where at the same time you could be doing it at a reasonable price and making money. But with the right cloud solution, your staff can do what your client staff does faster, easier, and more accurately, all without leaving your office. And this makes it so that you can offer these highly profitable, what we like to call complete accounting services. You give the clients what they want, they have more time to make more money, and you have the ability to make more money by doing it. So the first thing I'm going to show is the bill payment process. And basically what the bill payment process does is first the client will take a snapshot of an invoice. They can do this from any smartphone. The invoice is then saved in Accounting Power. When your staff logs in, they'll see which clients have outstanding invoices that need to be done. They'll be able to see the uploaded invoices. They'll be able to enter the invoices directly from looking at one, and with a mouse click, send the entered invoices to the client for approval. The client then approves the invoices to be paid, and the approved invoices are then paid by your staff. So let me quickly go through a little demonstration of what it is. First, you send an email out to the client. All the client, wherever he is, smartphone, on his computer, he just clicks on this link. It will take him into how to do the documents and take the pictures. So come to a screen like this. They select what they're doing. In this case, it's a bill. The client has an invoice in front of him, so he's going to select the vendor that the invoice is for, in this case, Dusty Roads Travel. Next, they select the documents. In this case, they're going to take a picture. All I did, I put a little invoice on my desk, took a picture of it, went right into the system. This is the invoice. They use the photo, and then they upload it. Now, when your staff comes in, they go to our Client Activity Center, and from here you can see a lot of different information about all of your clients in one spot, and you can see unprocessed bills. So 3 bills were uploaded this way. So your client will come in and they'll see, yeah, White Horse Sales has 3 bills that need to be entered. So that means now your staff will go into the Enter Bill screen. It'll show that there's 3 unprocessed bills to be done. They select the one they want to enter. It's the Dusty Roads that I just uploaded. When they're entering it, they'll be able to view the document right there. Plus the document is now always saved and attached to that bill. So you can always go back and look at the source document. Once those are done, they send an email out to the client. The client gets another email, easy to click on. He can either be on a smartphone or at a computer. They'll come to sorry, this screen. This would be all the bills that were out to be approved. They can select all of them to pay in one easy thing. If they want to pay a different amount on one, it's easy to come in and change it. They can see the total amount that they're setting up to be paid. They can then click on Approve Payments. They enter the date they want to make the payment. And then it goes back to you. Now your staff will come to the screen once again, this Client Activity Center. They'll be able to see now there's 16 bills that are ready for payment for that client. They're able to click on the headings in these, so it's easy to see which clients have work needed to be done, and it's easy for you as the manager or the partner or owner to keep track of all of your clients and see the process and what stage they're in. And then the checks get printed and done. Now payroll can also be highly profitable. Today's accountants have access to payroll solutions like Payroll Relief that can process payrolls faster, easier, and more efficiently than payroll service bureaus. Using these solutions, thousands of accountants have also turned payroll processing into a highly profitable, no-hassle service. Payroll Relief will do all of the following on time and with 100% accuracy. We do all the calculations, we take care of direct deposit, we take care of tax deposits, we take care of e-filing of tax forms, and while I'm not going into all the extras that we do many other things such as taking care of child care payments, garnishments, 401k, and many other things. You can even eliminate data entry and check printing in your office. I showed you a little bit before how by sending out that little spreadsheet, once it's set up, you send the spreadsheet out to your clients, they enter the hourly data, comes back in right into the system, everything's ready to go. And you can also set it up that your fees can go directly into your bank account. Makes it a lot easier to stay on top of collections that way from your clients. Actually, it can avoid a lot of collections from your clients. So the end result with this is payroll can be turned into one of your most profitable services. It can add tens of thousands of dollars to your bottom line. It requires little professional time. Sorry. And it gives you a perennial revenue stream. Clients need to have their payroll done every pay period, whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, or whatever. They need to have it done. So there's always a stream of revenue coming from that. One other thing is we also have ability in payroll relief to offload some more of the work by giving permissions for payroll to your clients too. So those are the first two. The next one is to add value to your client's business. And if you're already offering any of these services, hopefully you're going to learn ways to make them more profitable. So we have a lot of virtual CFO tools. We have snapshots, we have a dashboard, we have financial ratios, we have performance analysis report. And I'm going to spend maybe 3 or 4 minutes going into them just to give you an idea of what we have. I can't really go and show you everything we do. I could be here all day just telling you the things that we do. The first one is the client snapshot. The client snapshot is like I showed you in payroll and also for the client activity screen in Accounting Power. It's a place where you can see all of your clients in one location. Makes it good for managing. And you get a little bit of information, a little bit of important information about all of your clients. So here you can see that you see what the cash balances are in all of your clients' accounts, what their accounts receivable. This is a special field for check amount. I am going to mention that in a minute. You can keep on top of how your staff is doing if you're doing write-up work, because you can see what the current period is. So you know at any given time you can come in and see just where you stand on each of your clients. If clients have access and they're entering information, you can see when the last time they've logged in. Now you'll notice a few of these things are in red, and that's because we have alerts that you can set up. And the alerts are client specific. So that, like in this case, you see 529,000 accounts receivable is in red. Now I've set it up that once accounts receivable on this client go above 400,000, I want to receive an alert. So once it went above that amount, it would then show up here in red. Now I know for 3J software, maybe that's not a big number. I have theirs maybe set at $1 million, so I don't want to know until that point. And when it does come in red, then you can offer services to your client and also to let your client know that you're on top of things. You call them up, I see your receivables are getting a little high, what's the reason, or things of that nature. And when I show the next screen, the dashboard, maybe I'll be able to give a little bit more of what you could do in that circumstance. You can also set it up that when the bank account number falls below a certain amount, you're notified. You can set it up when a check is written above a certain amount that you're notified. So here in this case, I had it set up for any checks above $25,000 to be notified, and there was one check that was $27,000. So it shows up here. I call the client. I say, what was this check? Of course, it's probably just something legitimate, but they feel good knowing that you're on top of things, of how their practice is being run. Next thing I'm going to show is the dashboard. The dashboard is like the complement to the snapshot. The snapshot shows a little bit of information about all of your clients in one spot. Dashboard gives a lot more detailed info for one client. We have a lot of nice graphs here, income comparison, expenses against last year. If you have budgets set up, you can see actual versus budgeted income, actual versus budgeted expenses. A nice profit and loss graph, as we can see, little by little, their income is going up. You can do projected cash balances for cash flow analysis. This is based upon receivables and payables that are coming due. You get a lot of general information that you can have over here. I'm not really going to go into what we have there. You can also, a nice graph here for expense analysis. You see how their expenses are being allocated. And like in the case where if I had come in here to find out why their receivables are so high, I can come into the customer balances screen. I can click on the headings, and by clicking on the headings, I can sort. I can see which customer has the largest outstanding balance. I can click on the due date heading, see which bills have the largest or the oldest bills as far as being paid, and you can call your client. Yeah, I see that Yellowstone Backcountry, they're behind on their payments. Is there a problem there? Maybe you should do this or that to help yourself collect from them. You give them that advice, and it's right, timely, and done right then. Anyway, this is a very powerful screen. The final thing I want to show is the performance analysis report. And this report you can set up that any time you close a period, you can have this report either put into the cloud cabinet automatically for your clients to get, or you could also have it emailed to your clients anytime you close a period. You can set up report sets that on top of this you can also send out an income statement, a balance sheet, and you pick whichever reports you want the client to get. Now this statement also gives pretty much the same thing that's on the dashboard, puts in a little bit more of a user-friendly look for the client to be getting, but they can see income versus expenses, they see the operating income trend, they see their cash flow, they see the cash balances. We don't see it on this page, but you would have a complete listing of outstanding invoices. And some important ratios are also available there for them. So I think that's it for me. I'm going to give this back to Divya now. Thank you very much for giving me the time to show you this program. We're very proud of it, and I appreciate your time. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Dave, and I'll go ahead and take back the control here. All right, Dave, are you seeing my?
Yes, I do.
My recap screen right now?
Yes, yes, I do.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
So, thank you, Dave. As a quick recap of what Dave has discussed here, number one, the opportunity to make your current services more profitable using bank feeds can make write-up significantly more profitable. If you can eliminate client bookkeeping errors, that makes trial balance significantly more profitable as well. The ability to add services that were hard to offer profitably in the past. Maybe you've tried to offer a client complete accounting services in the past, including bill payment. Maybe you haven't. Maybe you've thought about payroll services, but it seemed like far too much hassle for the profit, and we're now able to flip that around and make the profit significantly greater than the effort that needs to be put into it. And then finally, the ability to add value to your clients' businesses by offering virtual CFO and client advisory services. One thing I want to mention is that you have to have the right fee structure to make this work. We like to say that there's only one rational justification for continuing to charge on an hourly fee basis, and that's if you still use paper and pencil. And if you're still using paper and pencil, you may be attending the wrong webinar here. So with the hourly fee model, the biggest problem is the more time that you save by becoming more efficient with internal operations, the more money you lose. You're giving up money because you're becoming more efficient. And so I think that there's a real problem there in terms of the reward mechanism that goes with hourly fees. It's really imperative to take advantage of these tools and techniques that we've discussed that use a simple fixed fee model. I don't think there's any way to maximize your potential gains from our tools without switching to a fixed fee model. If you're already using fixed fee, great. You've already taken an important step to being able to maximize the value of what we're offering here. So I want to talk a little bit about the traits of the accountants who've been most successful using our solutions. Many accountants experience a 30 to 50% increase in their business by using our solutions and the techniques that we've talked about today. Some have grown over 100% in the course of 3 to 4 years. On the other hand, there are also accountants who have not benefited or are unlikely to benefit much at all from our solutions. So when we think about what we've learned in this presentation, you probably have some thoughts going on in your head. And I want to look at these two columns here that are in front of you. Chances are one of these two columns includes some or all of the thoughts that you're currently having. So on the left side, we hear phrases like, I'm not ready for the cloud. Data migration is a lot of work. My firm would have to learn how to use a new system, and so on. So what does that tell us? Could these thoughts be the signs of fear of change? Probably. On the other hand, you look at column B, and in this one we've compiled some of the thoughts that we hear from the voices of what we call power accountants. Accountants who are much more likely to be successful using our products and services. These accountants say, look, migration to the cloud is inevitable. I want to make the most of it. I want it to be a positive for me rather than a neutral or a negative. These accountants have some concerns about data migration, but they're also becoming aware of a really important fact, which is that AccountantsWorld offers virtually seamless migration of data from QuickBooks, QuickBooks Online, Creative Solutions, and most other programs. Now, data migration still requires some work, but at some point you're going to have to go through the migration anyway when your current solution provider forces you to move to the cloud version of their system. Many are experiencing this right now in moving from QuickBooks to QuickBooks Online. Power accountants also know that migrating to AccountantsWorld products proactively is going to give you the most ROI on that time and effort. Next up, many accountants we found that many accountants, instead of leading their clients, let their clients and, frankly, Intuit and QuickBooks lead their practice. Right? I do what my clients tell me to do, or my clients won't go for this new system. Power accountants have a completely different tone. They have, I think, more self-confidence. They're truly trusted advisors to their clients, and they know that. Clients are going to value their advice and usually follow their recommendations. And so these clients are willing to implement a new system and implement it very strategically. Here's an example. Virtually all of you have some clients who still write manual checks for business expenses. A power accountant might first use accounting power for doing their books. That alone is going to save them a significant amount of time. Another smart thing they can do is to let their client base know that now their firm can relieve them of the burden of bookkeeping or accounting work so that the small business clients can focus on their businesses. The accountant can take over all of the accounting work that the client used to try to perform themselves. Now notice, there's no convincing to do here. It's just letting clients know about the service that many clients are eager to take advantage of. We can reduce your client's pain and help you make more money. That's really the core message there. Then power accountants slowly bring those clients who want to do some work themselves. By customizing accounting power for the needs of every single client, they can make it attractive for those clients to switch to accounting power as well. Accountants know that no one system is ideal for every client, so they let the remaining clients continue to use the system that best meets their needs. They can bring their trial balance for those clients into accounting power to do the trial balance work and prepare financials. Now back to the last thing in column A, I'm too busy. Those accountants in column A are going through a number of demos of solutions, ours and other solutions as well, but they keep procrastinating and say, I just don't have the time to do it now. Now column B, surprisingly, power accountants buy the power practice system or payroll relief after one demonstration like we just did today. But what's interesting about that is just from a short demonstration, these accountants can visualize exactly how their practices can benefit from these solutions. And as you'll see in a minute, we're making the power practice system absolutely risk-free for a full year as well. The reason that they're able to buy after a short demo is that they know that having unlimited risk-free access to the system means they can test the system thoroughly. The sooner they start, the more benefits they're going to be able to reap. And during the implementation phase, we'll give thorough training, we'll give help with migration, and it's worth knowing that our retention rate is over 90%. So whatever time might be lost due to having to learn the software and so on clearly isn't a big concern for Power Accountants. So take a look at this list, and now it's time to see which column you've checked off more boxes in. If you have all the boxes checked off from column B, we believe that you are confidently assured of making your practice 30 to 40% more profitable using our solutions. If you've checked off even one box in column B, we believe you'll make your practice 10 to 20% more profitable. Now, what about the accountant who's only checked off boxes in client A? Well, here's what one of your peers had to say about those accountants. One of our most successful customers grew his profits by over 40% in a couple of years without adding any clients or staff. And he told our CEO, you're giving the same tools and solutions to every practicing accountant in the country who buys them. But some accountants aren't taking advantage of the opportunity presented to them. They know that they have to migrate, but they're going to wait until the last possible minute to be pushed into the cloud. They're going to go through the migration in a way that provides a lot of pain, but not much gain. And meanwhile, here I am reaping all the benefits of what the cloud has to offer. So the irony is that he was saying professionally, most of those accountants are as competent as I am, but the only difference is that I was willing to break the status quo and they're not. And that simple trait makes all the difference in the world. And I thought that was a really great insight from a very successful accountant. So here's what we'd like to present to you. We're going to present two options and take the one that you feel most comfortable with. I believe option one is probably right for most of you, but we want to give you two options here. Our commitment when we created AccountantsWorld was number one, that we were going to use the cloud to create new opportunities for accountants, and number two, that we were going to make those products and services highly affordable and virtually risk-free. So what we commit to do is to offer the Power Practice System to you for just $1,695 for a full year. That's about $5 a day. That's a $500 savings from our normal list price. You're not going to see that $1,695 anywhere on our website. It's only for people who attend this webinar. That comes with a money-back guarantee. You can use the entire Power Practice System risk-free for a full year. If at any time you don't believe the Power Practice System bundle is helping you and your practice to be able to improve and become more profitable, or if you just don't feel like it meets your needs, get a full refund anytime up to 1 full year. It also offers a complete product demonstration, help with data migration. As I mentioned, we've created tools for virtually seamless migration from QuickBooks, QuickBooks Online, Creative Solutions, and most other accounting systems, and we'll help you with that data migration. We also offer implementation sessions where our implementation specialists can give you an in-depth understanding of our products. We also offer unlimited free technical support and product support. And so our goal here is to make this highly affordable. So the Power Practice System, just as a reminder, includes the complete accounting power, all the accounting modules, our document management system, client portals, website builder, after-the-fact payroll, practice management, and more. Basically everything you need for running your accounting practice. So the regular price is $21.95. You can get that unlimited use for your firm and all your clients for just $1,695. You can also use payroll relief, process unlimited live payrolls for just $1,495 for the full first year. That's a $200 savings. Excuse me, that should say $1,295. It does say $1,295. So again, a $200 savings for payroll relief as well. So our goal here with both of these is to help you take your practice to the next level. And ultimately what we need from you is commitment to make it happen. And we will provide you with the tools that you need to be able to break the status quo and really achieve a new level without much risk at all. Option two, this is what I call the dip your toes in the water model. If instead of trying this for 1 full year, risk-free, you would rather do a 1-month trial, we can do a 1-month free trial. Now, in this case, the 1-month free trial replaces the money-back guarantee. So it's basically a 1-month trial, And at any point during that 1 month, you can decide whether or not to proceed from there. Again, help with data migration, help with implementation, free unlimited support as well. And in this case, you wouldn't be receiving the yearly savings. So the Power Practice system after that 1 month free trial would be available for just $21.95, and payroll relief for unlimited payroll processing for 1 full year would be $1,495. So in terms of your next steps, you're going to get an email from us within the next 24 hours, which will show the 2 options that we just talked about. It'll include a separate link for you to click for each of those options. So whichever option you decide on, you click the link that's right for you, and that will get you started on that process. If you have any questions right now or along the way, simply call 888-999-1366 to speak to a practice development consultant. So I want to thank you for attending today. I look forward to seeing which option you're going to select and go ahead with. And last thing I wanted to mention is as soon as you close out of this webinar, you're going to see a post-webinar survey. Very simple, just 3 or 4 questions on there about the webinar and about AccountantsWorld. Fill out that post-webinar survey and submit it, and you'll be entered for a chance to win a $250 Amazon gift card. So one of you lucky attendees today will be able to get an Amazon gift card worth $250. Comes in handy in December. Please just take a couple of minutes to fill out that post-webinar survey, and then be on the lookout for an email from us shortly thereafter. Thank you again for your time today, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.